Well, guys, with Star Wars Episode 7 already in pre-production and set to go in full production in early 2014, a major shift in the film occurred last week as it was announced that Toy Story 3 and Academy Award-winning screenwriter Michael Arndt, who had previously been working on the project Star Wars Episode 7, is no longer on the project. Instead, Emperor Strikes Back and Raiders of the Lost Ark screenwriter Lawrence Kasdan and director J.J. Abrams will write the screenplay themselves. The announcement thanked Arndt for bringing them this far and revealed that the pre-production work was already well underway. Star Wars Episode 7 will hit AMC theaters in 2015. John, as a major Star Wars fanatic, how does this news sit with you?
The first word that comes to mind is disconcerting. We are late in the game as far as pre-production goes. They're already putting this film together. They already have, I mean, the statement went out, they've already got their costume designers working, they already got their set designers working, they've got everything coming together, they're putting this film together, and now it looks like they're going to be making big changes to the script. Now, Art had already completed a draft of this script, and so then they thanked him for, you know, all the work that he'd done right now. Though look, on the one hand, having J.J. and Larry Kasdan writing a Star Wars set, Kasdan, who wrote Empire Strikes Back, who wrote Raiders of the Lost Ark, this guy understands the Star Wars universe, that's great. Having J.J. with his New World sensibilities, that's all great. But, you know, Arndt is an Academy Award-winning writer, and I love Toy Story 3 and all the films that he's done, so it's disconcerting. However, I will say this. On the positive side, I already mentioned that Kasdan doing it and JJ doing it is great, but on the other positive side, I got to admit, I was really excited about Oblivion hitting theaters because Arndt wrote Oblivion, the Tom Cruise movie that was just out recently, and I was really anxious to see how he would do with a live-action sci-fi film. I wasn't impressed. I didn't like Oblivion all that much. I mean, I didn't hate it, but I was not a fan of it, which made me a little bit nervous about Star Wars. So, overall, makes me nervous that they're making a change this significant this late in the game. But on the positive side, it's JJ, it's Kasdan, and I wasn't really thrilled with what Arndt did on Oblivion. Dennis, what do you think about this shift?
As far as Oblivion's concerned, I liked it. I mean, it wasn't. It was predictable. You kind of knew what was going to happen. I think that was my biggest complaint. With this shift, if in the beginning they had announced that J.J. Abrams and Lawrence Kasdan were going to do the script right from the beginning, I'd be like, oh, okay, I'm excited. The fact that it's so late in the game that they're doing this, it is a bit concerning. Also, I just think that that if they're saying that they're thanking him for his hard work and stuff, I don't know if it's quite as amicable as they're saying. You know what I mean? It's like, well, yeah, you did a lot of hard work, but we're going to take over now.
It's like when a celebrity Hollywood couple are getting divorced and they say, but we remain friends.
Yes.
Yeah, no, you don't.
So,
we know you don't.
Yeah, I don't know if that part is true.
Amy Rose?
Yeah, my first reaction was definitely, uh-oh, because Little Miss Sunshine, Toy Story 3, this guy can write. And Oblivion, sure, it was more visually stunning than a solid film overall, kind of like Tron Legacy. But I do really still think he's got it, and he's so talented, especially with characters, which is what Star Wars is such an amazing universe because of that, one of the many reasons. So at first I was a little worried, but Kasdan's done it. I mean, he has. He has created, he's part of this universe, one of the best of the franchise in my opinion, so I definitely am not too worried about it. And JJ, I really like what you said about say it again, phrase it perfectly. The New World sensibilities. I really like that because I do think that's what JJ does with, you know, Star Trek and now moving over to Star Wars. I do think that he really does make us, you know, feel like this universe is the one that we grew up with, but he also brings it to this generation. And I think that those two together are going to be great. I just hope that Kasdan still got it, you know?
Yeah, and I'm just going to be wondering now, when I watch the movie for the first time, how much of the movie are we going to see is based on what Arndt had already done?
Exactly.
Because obviously they can't be starting this from scratch.
No.
They're already in pre-production. And it's too late.
Yeah.
And a lot of what he had written was probably under JJ's direction, saying this is where we need to go. So I don't know if how big of a rewrite this is going to be. Is this just touching it up, or is this like taking the main theme and then renovating the rest of it? We're going to have to wait and see till after the movie comes out.
If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to AMC Movie News on YouTube. It's free and a great way to stay updated with all the latest movie news and check out our daily show, AMC Movie Talk. Also, don't forget to check us out on Facebook and Twitter to stay in the loop for our special prizes, giveaways, and contests.